McGraw in the Morning on KTRS.
8:55. Once a month, we check in with our good friend Charles D'Angelo. Team Charles, what's your website, Charles
it's
D'Angelo?
CharlesD'Angelo.com.
CharlesD'Angelo.com. You call yourself a weight coach.
Weight loss coach.
You've been working with me for well over a year now.
Yeah, can we believe it's coming up on 2 years almost?
Remarkable results. Work out almost every day.
You eat right all the time.
Try and eat right all the time. I fall down, but that's why I need Team Charles from time to time. You come on once a month, and we try and inspire people to lose weight.
Absolutely, and show people that just through making simple changes to their diet, most importantly, and then also incorporating exercise, that almost anything's impossible. So we brought a pretty remarkable story today.
I want to get to that in a second. I want to ask you, though, there was a story in the newspaper on Friday about injecting yourself with this female placenta. Have you heard about this?
Are you talking about HCG?
Yeah. And then you eat 500 calories
a day.
I was never more happy to have known you and to worked with you than after reading that story. That people actually go to that length to lose weight doesn't seem very healthy.
People go to all sorts of extremes to try to get their weight under control when, in fact, the only way that anyone's going to get this under control is by making consistent changes on an everyday basis. You look around and you can see people with all the resources in the world. Look at Oprah Winfrey.
Right.
Someone I tremendously admire, but someone that with all the resources she has continues to struggle with her weight.
Right.
So you'll see the HCG diet. You'll see another diet next year that comes out. Another one. It's a billion-dollar industry. And the fact remains that the only way anyone's going to change their health long-term and create lasting changes is by making changes on a consistent basis, healthy eating and exercise. It's nothing really new.
Charles D'Angelo, you brought with you Pat Brennan. Pat, you're the former mayor of Richmond Heights.
That's correct. Thanks, McGraw.
You a doctor said he was about to amputate your leg?
Yeah, I had several bouts with cellulitis. It's something that diabetics tend to have infections that develop into cellulitis. I had 3 bouts in about 2.5 years, and he, or she rather, said, one of these times these antibiotics are not going to work, and if they don't, then we have to start amputating, and if we do that, we may have to keep going up further.
And how much did you weigh at this time?
I weighed 336.
336 pounds. How much do you weigh today?
220.
220?
Yes.
How long ago did she tell you to lose weight?
That was back this past May. May 20th is when I went to see Charles for the first time.
So less than a year later, you lost 115 pounds?
That's correct.
You've got it.
That's extraordinary.
That's what I'm talking about. Is that, and he wasn't eating 500 calories a day.
Right.
Sure weren't injecting female placenta into him. All we were doing is getting him on the treadmill. Now, Pat's a tall guy. What are you, Pat? Like 6'2", 6'3"?
6'5" and shrinking.
6'5",
okay.
yeah.
Right.
So he carried 340 pounds. I mean, he was a big guy. And walking with the issues with his legs was difficult at first, but we just started just like you did.
Right.
Just walking on a treadmill.
Right. Pat, how'd you find out about Charles D'Angelo?
Charles was friends with my sons at CBC High School.
Okay.
They knew him back when Charles was
I
a
used
lot
to weigh
larger than him.
360 pounds.
Right. Hey, Pat, talk to people who are thinking about it, who are in a similar situation to you right now. What was it that got you out of bed and going to the treadmill every day?
Well, first off, I've grown attached to my legs. I didn't want to lose them.
Right.
But I had heard about Charles, and Charles I can identify with Charles because he's been through it. He knows what it's like to struggle with weight, and he's a success story himself.
How hard was it?
I had a lot of motivation, so it is a lot of work.
Right.
I have a job that keeps me on the road. I work for Vandalia Bus Lane, so I'm gone a lot on the road.
Right.
I had to make sure I planned my meals, pre-made them, took them with me.
Sure.
It's a sedentary job.
Right.
But I found ways to work in the exercise and everything.
What do you think of the protein shakes in the morning?
It's great.
I love the protein shakes in the morning. I absolutely love the protein shakes in the morning.
It makes life a lot simpler.
You know what's really cool about Pat is that since he didn't have access to a treadmill, since he takes these tours across the nation, he would park the bus and then he would walk. If I had him do 45 minutes, he would walk 20 minutes, 22 minutes out from the bus and then turn around and walk back. So making it something that works no matter where you are. He was just committed.
Which is another interesting thing because you work with radio people, executives,
Fortune 500 company CEOs, stay-at-home moms, grandparents.
So there's
anybody.
no excuse.
There's no reason.
My job, I can't do that. There is no excuse.
I'm too busy.
Right.
This and that. The other thing, the only thing is if you want to work with me, you have to be ready to make this a must. I'll do everything in my power to help you, but you have to make the decision to want to do it.
Pat, it's an extraordinary story. Pat Brennan, you can see the before and after pictures. Charles, on your website. What's the website?
It's Charles D'Angelo, CharlesDangelo.com, and the number is 314-495-3228.
Under less than a year, lost 115 pounds.
And off every diabetic medication.
Of Richmond Heights, Pat Brennan. Pat, congratulations.
Thanks for going.
It is 9 o'clock, KTRS St. Louis.